Hi everyone, my name is Adam Williams and I'm a health and safety consultant at High Performance Consultancy, and today's Toolbox Talk is about fire risk assessments. I'm going to talk about what they are, why they matter and what the law says about them. This is really important because fire safety affects every single person in every workplace. A fire risk assessment is a careful look at building and the work that happens inside it to identify fire hazards, the people who may be at risk and the measures needed to keep everyone safe. It's not just paperwork, it's a practical safety check that helps prevent fires and make sure people can escape safely if one does happen. Under UK law, the responsible person is usually the employer, building owner, landlord or the occupier. Their job is to make a suitable and sufficient fire risk assessment is carried out and that its findings are acted on. They can appoint a competent assessor to help, but they still carry the legal responsibility. The main law is the Regulatory Reform Fire Safety Order 2005. It applies to nearly all non-domestic premises. That includes workplaces, shops, warehouses, factories, schools, colleges and shared areas in flats. In Scotland and Northern Ireland, there are similar pieces of legislation, but the requirements are broadly the same. Every business, organisation and public building must have a fire risk assessment. No matter how many people are employed at the business, a written fire risk assessment must be drawn up and acted upon. If you don't have a valid fire risk assessment, the fire service can issue enforcement notices, prohibition notices, or in serious cases they can prosecute. Penalties can include fines of thousands of pounds and even prison sentences for serious breaches. Most importantly, if a fire happens and you haven't done your duty, lives could be lost, and that's something you can't put a price on. Fire risk assessments should be reviewed regularly, typically once a year. They must also be reviewed if there are significant changes to the building or how it's used, new hazards introduced like machinery or flammable materials, or after an incident or near miss. Fire risk assessments can save lives. They help prevent fires, reduce the damage if a fire does break out, and ensure people know how to escape safely. They also protect jobs, property and business continuity. Without one, you're taking a risk with people's safety. An assessor will look at things like fire hazards, such as electrical equipment, welding or flammable storage, who might be at risk, especially vulnerable people, fire detection and alarm systems, escape routes and emergency lighting, fire doors and firefighting equipment, training, drills and evacuation procedures, and how well the fire safety arrangements are managed day to day. At the end of the assessment, the assessor produces a written report with the findings and an action plan. This plan might include small improvements like replacing fire extinguishers or better signage, or larger changes like upgrading alarm systems or fire doors. The responsible person must then make sure these actions are completed. So to sum up, fire risk assessments are not a tick box exercise. They're a legal requirement, but more importantly, they're about protecting lives. Everyone has a part to play, reporting hazards, following fire safety rules, and knowing what to do in an emergency. But it all starts with having a proper fire risk assessment in place. Here at HPC, we have fully trained and experienced fire risk assessors who can carry out your fire risk assessments for you. For a free quote, please get in touch with us on the details below. Thank you.